Yeah, thank you guys for jumping on. Obviously a heartbreaker. I was really thought we started off really, really strong. Um, I felt like it was a game of runs and didn't come out the first 3 minutes of that second half the way we needed to. A big point of emphasis was keeping them off the offensive boards, and they just went to work on us in the second half. Very athletic, physical team, and we didn't maintain what we had done such a great job of the first 20 minutes. But we battled back. Like I said, it's a game of runs. Hit some clutch shots down the stretch. Frankie's free throws were huge. I thought our freshmen did a really, really nice job for us. And I thought our players battled. It hurt when Angie went down. I felt like she was in a really good space and much needed rebounder for us. And so that one hurt, shortened up our rotations. But proud of our players. And as long as we're learning and growing, we're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to learn and get better from it.
Robin, in the second half, or especially in the third quarter when they scored 27, but what happened to the defense there? I know the zone defense was kind of working pretty well in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think it was more a byproduct of too many offensive rebounds. I think they had probably about seven by the first media timeout. And yeah, I didn't think we did as good of a job in that second half being assignment correct on personnel. It was really nice to have them in front of our bench, and we could kind of coach them up through who was a driver, who was a shooter, how to get through some screening action and rotations. And then in that second half, it made it a little bit more challenging because they weren't in front of our bench. You want the offense in front of your bench, but you want the defense in front of your bench too, and you can't have it both ways. But just felt like the beginning of that second half, they came out and threw the first punch, and proud of our girls that we responded. But that first media timeout, they were the aggressors.
Coach Angie goes down. You take her out. She comes back in later. We didn't see her for most of the end of the game. What made that decision to take her out late in that third quarter?
Yeah, she couldn't go. That was her decision. Just it didn't feel right. And first and foremost, we're always going to take care of our players, and anxious to get back and have the docs look at it and kind of see where we're at with that.
And after an emotional loss like this, what do you tell your team, especially since you have a quick turnaround with another game on Saturday?
Just like I said earlier, just as long as we're learning and we're growing and getting better. I'll say it after a win, say it after a loss. It's a marathon, not a sprint. There's a lot of opportunities in front of us. And even though, we're in a stretch that not playing the best, I definitely think we took a huge step in the right direction today against a really good Virginia team that I think has a chance to be in the NCAA tournament for sure. But we just got to stay in the moment. 0-0. Tomorrow's a new day. Let's watch film. Let's get better and keep it moving from there. I think it's really important that the standards always trump the feelings in that locker room, and we've got to model the behavior that we want, and we've got to continue to fight the good fight. But I do believe with all my heart, this team's got a chance to do something special this year. I think we've got a lot of young players and just different rotations and still trying to figure each other out a little bit. But I believe going through these battles right now is going to benefit us huge as we continue to go through this season.
Robin, you guys threw the first punch with 26 points the first quarter. What went into that? Who sparked that?
I just felt like we really had good ball movement, to be honest with you. I thought, number one, we didn't allow a lot of second shot opportunities. I thought we were really physical. But I also think that our ball movement was really good. I think when we go back and watch film, we were at our best. We talked about they close out hard, but then they really collapse on the ball. And so we got to stop our drives early, and there's going to be opportunities to kick, transfer the advantage. And I thought we had some really nice possessions of that. But we also had a handful of possessions where we just didn't trust that extra pass. And that's where we've got to, in my opinion, make the biggest adjustment.
Coach, you have 8 turnovers in that third quarter alone. It was definitely part of that shifting momentum. Just what happened in that quarter where you guys were turning the ball over a lot?
Yeah, I just thought they came out much more physical. I thought it was a physical game, regardless, but we knew that it was going to be physical, and we didn't shy away from that. I think, both teams were very aggressive, but in that first couple minutes of that third quarter, they came out and turned up the volume on the intensity and the aggressiveness, and we didn't handle those first few minutes very well.
You talked about the extra pass and kicking out that way. How well do you think Abby shot, especially coming off those kicks? I mean, made 4 threes tonight for you guys.
How well do I think Abby Schreck's shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, really well. I mean, she's leading our team in field goal percentage and practices. She works really hard. She gets in the gym. I thought our freshmen did a tremendous job for us tonight. They just kind of had ice in their veins, didn't get too high, didn't get too low. And I thought both of them had really big games for us tonight.
You talk about Grace Slaughter, especially. She got a lot of points in that fourth quarter. Was it an emphasis to get her the ball? Did you see her open? What was going on in that final quarter?
Yeah, I think, Frankie was getting a lot of attention at that time, and I thought we did, for the most part of the game, probably for 75% of the game, I thought our ball movement was really good. We did a good job, making that extra pass and finding the open person, but, there was stretches that we didn't do that. But, I think Grace Slaughter is a young lady that wants the ball in those moments, and we just felt like there was some opportunities to take advantage of some mismatch opportunities, and just the way they were defending our other players. And, obviously she responded.
You had 5 players that played 34 or more minutes. I mean, when it came to just that decision, kind of shrinking down the rotation in that way, kind of going with those 5, what went into that, and how do you think it worked out for you guys?
I thought we seemed really fatigued at the end. I mean, that wasn't the goal. We wanted, obviously with Angie going out, that hurt us. So that definitely wasn't the goal. But in a game like that, it's going back and forth. Sometimes some of those rotations are hard. We had several players playing really, really well, and I thought they were matching their physicality. Did I miss some rotations in there? I'm sure I did. But overall, I thought our girls really battled.
We'll take 1 or 2 more. All right, anybody else? Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.